All righty. Here we go. Aha! Sweet. Okay, we did it. Dun, 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 dun. Just some last minute stuff. Okay. All righty, peeps. It is Wednesday, September the 20th. And I'm Andrea, coming to you live again, once again, after the summer break from the Quilting Shed in Fredericton. If it's been a while, and it's been all summer. Usually I say live from Hanwell. We are still on Hanwell Road, but guess what? If you missed the news, you might have. Who knows? If you missed the news, we did move. We moved the shop just a little bit up the road. Hi, Jenna. We moved the shop a little bit up to the road, found a retail space. It was good. Hit everything on my list. We've been here for July, August, half of September. So moved in the first week of July. Everything's been amazing for varying definitions of amazing. It's been fun. So get my mom's telling me in the comments to get my butt moving. All right, so we have so much to tell you. I ran out of room on my piece of paper. Yeah, some things never change. Some things never change. So here we are, the Quilting Shed, Fredericton, New Brunswick, in Canada, on the Hanwell Road, right across from Richie's Carpet Warehouse. I will say I have had fun being in this neighborhood. We're in that little tiny strip mall that for the past few years has looked completely dead, except for Davidson's Food Equipment. Great guy next door. He sharpens scissors. Yes, so you can come here and then go get your scissors sharpened. The rest of the units have been filled. So there's the kitchen equipment place. It's not just for commercial kitchens. Me, the quilt shop. There's a thrift shop next door. And there's a gift shop down on the end. And I keep saying to the other business owners, all we need is a food truck and we never have to leave. The parking lot sometimes is just full of people who are here for like at least an hour or two. It's fantastic. But the other thing, when it's slow or when I'm over by the front door and the windows, there's a vet next door. And I was telling somebody the other day, sometimes the highlight of my day is watching people carry in very large and slightly terrified dogs over into the vet's office. You can just see them like, come on, Fido, it's going to be fine. It's just a checkup. I don't want to go in. So anyway, enough about everybody else. Let's talk about me. So yeah, lots of things are coming. If you have been by, thank you very much. A lot of you have been by. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in. This is a regular thing I do mostly through the winter. Yeah, keep it like a school season. Everything else does. I started off that way. I like to keep it that way in my head. School season still goes that way, despite homeschooling my kids for all that time. I know, it's really weird. Everybody takes the summer break. So yeah, new location, so many new things. If you have been in, you have seen new stuff everywhere. More of the old stuff, but just you can see it better. Everything's all laid out nice and neatly. I've got my long arm here. As you know, or maybe you didn't, I no longer quilt for people. So if you do need a quilt done, I have a list of fantastic quilters to send you to. But I also have that machine in case you have ever been interested in maybe purchasing a long arm. I can show you all your options. The other thing that you will see, hopefully, very soon, still working out the final details, getting the FAF sewing machines in here. I have discussed my first opening order with the company. So that's super exciting. So we're just waiting to get that order put in and get them in here, because that also means we do machine servicing. You don't have to have a FAF to drop your machine off here to get it serviced. I don't do it. Don Merzero does it. So you can still go drop it off at his place if you are familiar with him already, but you can also just drop it off here and I will make sure he gets it. And there you go. And he'll do it all up for you really great. So that's that. Like I said, I'm just running through stuff here, so I can't see half the comments. I can see some comments here, but I also have my logo in the corner, so maybe you can see it on the video. Who knows? Who knows? So the other thing, if you look down here, if you go to my website, there should be a pop-up that comes up and says, hey, sign up for our newsletter. You should really sign up for that because every Friday I send you out a newsletter and I tell you what's going on. So you should really get that. It comes in your email inbox. Sometimes I do post the link to Facebook and you can read it on the web, on the internet. But if you're not on Facebook, sometimes Facebook doesn't show you things in the right order. It's better if you do sign up for the email newsletter because that way you know it gets into your email inbox every Friday morning and you will not miss it because that's where it will be as long as you check your email before you leave the house on Friday. I've had that happen. See people come in on Friday morning and be like, did you read the email? No, I didn't read it before I left the house. What are you talking about? I guess I'm finding out some people are not as perpetually online as I am. It's weird. I remember to wear my name tag. Been doing that more often. Yes, I work here. I actually own the place. You would like to speak to the manager? Oh, they'll be back in a bit. I'll pass on your complaints. No. I should maybe talk about that. I've had a lot going on, so there's lots of moving parts. So if I have forgotten one of your requests, I apologize profusely. Probably I will try very hard not to feel devastated and extremely guilty about it. So if I did forget something for you or you are waiting something, please feel free to remind me. You're not nagging. You're not bothering me. Send me a message, send me an email, whatever. If you do have to phone me, you can also phone me. It's not my first choice, but if that's your first choice, that's fine. Just give me a reminder. Say, here we go. If you have a question or you're looking for something, I can also help you with that too. People are finding this out. See, on our Facebook page, The Quilting Shed, on the page, not in the Facebook group, on the Facebook page on Sundays, I've started this Ask Andrea where you can ask me all your weird and wonderful questions. Sometimes I've been asking you questions on Sundays on Facebook, but I flipped it around a bit and said, how about you ask me a question? We'll see how we go with that. So yeah, new location, got the Grace machines are right over there. So I am slowly getting in more long arm supplies as well. The extra bits, leader pins, nice long tape measures, clamps, batting scissors, which are really handy, a few assorted sewing machine supplies, some generic bobbins for different machines, some sewing machine oil. So if you haven't been by in a while or you've been meaning to stop in and you just haven't gotten around to it, you might want to clear an hour to come by and give it a whirl in here. So the other exciting thing that's happening, I know, Great Wall behind me, and you may have been able to read some of these yellow labels. We do have a little workspace area. That was one of my nice to haves, and I actually do have room for it, which is really great, is the tiny little classroom area. So far, I have room for 4 whole students. If I can figure out some way to have more someday, we could probably, me and a friend, one time we figured out we could probably squeeze 6 in here if we really, really had to, for like a long and involved Sunday type class for something. We could do it if we moved a couple things. I have some of my bigger shelves are on casters and they're easy to move. So I could push them out of the way if the shop's not open and have some more wiggle room here for a couple extra people. So we do have classes. And if you go to my website, on the menu right on the homepage is a thing that says classes. And if you click on it, it's down and dirty. It's not as fancy and as techy as I initially wanted in my head. But just like in quilting, finished is better than perfect. So if you just have a text list that says, come see me in store or whatever, it's better than not having it at all. And it's, you know, if I can't get like a fancy calendar and you click for this class and you can sign up online, that's what I'm aiming for. But for now, you just have a list. Good enough. So the first class is on Saturday, September the 30th. And this is all in the newsletter and it's all online and you'll hear about them in plenty of time. September 30th, this class is full. The quilt as you go right here, this table runner. There we go. Yeah, it takes me a minute. Takes me a minute to get back in the swing of things. And I say that as if I ever am in the swing of things. So the quilt as you go table runner class is all full. It's okay. We'll probably run another one because I have had people ask me about the next step with the quilt as you go, which is more like how do you do this technique, but on an entire quilt. So I should probably run another class probably sometime next year because that's how many class ideas I have for the quilt as you go, but a whole quilt. And there's Louise in the comment. Hi, Louise. Miss your face. Miss your smiles and giggles, Louise. Louise and I were on a bus tour together this summer when I went to Quilt Canada. Woo! You remember that? You do remember that. So back to the classes. October, we have, I won't tell you all of them. I'll just tell you that's the September quilt as you go. October is an easy 1-yard tote. And I still haven't sewn on the samples, on the handles, on the manual. So you have a yard or a meter of fabric. You make a really easy tote bag. It's lined. It's very easy. A lot of these classes are fairly easy and fairly short. Look at that. I have variations of this to show you too. So you will, especially if you're a newer sewer or a newer quilter, you're not maybe very confident with some of your skills. These are really good classes to take just to sort of ease into things. Just make sure you're doing it right. Just have me looking over your shoulder and saying, yep, you've got it. No problem. You can do this. That's the easy tote. This one, I have some Carolyn Freelander linen. I think I might have had it marked as canvas. It's on the clearance shelf, though, and they make great tote bags if you don't have fabric. Now, we do have scheduled to, on the 14th, a paper piecing intro. Not sure exactly what we're doing or who's teaching it, but I think I'm going to run paper piecing a lot, so there's lots of opportunities there. On the 21st, we're doing an improv piecing class, and this is way more about a technique than a finished product. So this piece right here is all improv pieced. If it makes you nervous that you're not doing things perfect and you don't like crooked, wiggly lines, this might not be the class for you. But if you would want to know how to safely break rules in quilting, if this appeals to you in any way, if you're intrigued, this should be a class that you should take because this is what'll get your creative juices flowing. This is fun. It's one of my most favorite things to do. And that'll be it for October. I'm also the workshop coordinator for one of the guilds, and the last Saturday of the month is when they have their workshop. So I have to be available for that just in case. So I don't have any classes scheduled here. So that's why there isn't a completely packed every Saturday class schedule. I have a draft in the shop. And we also have a September newsletter / calendar paper handout. I might actually be out of copies. We're starting this thing in the shop where we have a monthly handout for you to take home that has everything going on in the month. Because sometimes I think there is going to be a lot. EPP or FPP. It is FPP. Foundation paper piecing is the paper piecing class. If I can find somebody to do the English paper piecing, if you are interested in teaching English paper piecing, call me, message me, do whatever. We'll figure something out. I know how to do it, but between the arthritis in my fingers and the extremely myopic vision, not a lot of handwork for me. It's just becoming increasingly difficult. I can do a little bit, but oh yeah. So if English paper piecing is a thing you're interested in taking, let me know. And if you're interested in teaching it, let me know. Jenna said she was totally teaching. Oh, sweet. Email me and remind me, Jenna. We can figure that out. So we also have new fabrics Speaking of the English paper piecing, I got in some new patterns with both the foundation paper piecing and the English paper piecing that feature bees. And I have an entire line of bee fabric that's brand spanking new. It's heckin' cute. It's got the cute little bees on it. It's got dandelions on it. It'll make you sneeze. It's so realistic. Ah, gorgeous. Yes, you can totally see it on the website. It's called Beecroft from Northcott. It feels delicious. And on the shelf with those new bee fabrics, we also put in the matching solids. So you don't have to hunt around and go, is this the right green that matches with that? Nope. Right on the shelf next to it. We have leveled up the game here. Telling ya. And of course, there's new fabric coming. God knows when. Hurry up and get to the new stuff, says my mother in the background. I can just hear it. She doesn't even have to leave me a comment. We do have more wide backs than we had before. So if you do need a quilt back, we do have more. I tried to fill in colors we were missing. I'm still missing some colors. Like I don't have yellow and I don't have black. We have lots of fireside. If you want fireside and yellow, we have that. And we have flannels, new flannel wide backs. You should come see them. There's one or two. I'm behind the shelf. There's like almost 2 shelves full of flannel wide backs. So got to come in and see them. I think they're 28 a meter, which is actually pretty darn good for flannels. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Do I need to mention? I know the last video, if you haven't tuned in a while, the last video said, I'm going to spend all summer working on some standalone videos. I moved the shop instead. Didn't do anything video-wise. So, oh well. Let's take a break. That is all the fun stuff. We're just sticking to the fun stuff. We're not going to talk about sad stuff today. Because there was sad stuff that happened. We're going to just skip right over it. So yeah, got the whole long arm section. Related to the long arm section, I've restocked some of the Silly Moon quilting rulers. Now there's 2 thicknesses of rulers with the Silly Moon company, which is Canadian. And we support them because they're a Canadian company and they make these in Canada. It's not like we make them in China and then ship them here and sell them. That's what happens with some Canadian companies. They make them here in Canada. Like her husband does these. He's in aerospace. So they're extremely accurate, very accurate. So I did get like this new twisty ruler. So it's sort of like, if you are too scared to meander, this is like basically a meandering ruler and you can just keep going with that. And as I say, this is also one of the things that'll help you. You do it like 50 times. Then you can maybe do it 50 more times without the ruler and you'll be going from there. It's like riding a bike. You'll fall off a few times, but eventually you can do it. There's also the Hexie Duet. This is Hexies in 2 sizes. Woohoo! For quilting your bee quilts. Nice Hexies. And I restocked some of the stuff we were out of in their rulers. I also have access to new quilting rulers. I will tell you about that at a future date. But in case there are things that you're looking for, things have exploded everywhere. It's looking pretty great. Speaking of exploded, this is one of the new things. Haha, exploding heart pattern. If you've seen this everywhere, I got it in stock. So there's that. I got this in from my mom. You're welcome. Not that my mom needs the pattern for this, but hey, it's the quilt in the day, trip around the world. Around the world. Yeah, trip around the world. There's around the world and then there's trip around the world and everybody mixes them up. This is the trip around the world. My mom has made this a few dozen times. She could probably teach a class. I have restocked the Aurifil. This literally came yesterday. So if you have been looking for some Aurifil colors in the neutrals, I have restocked those. Please come clean me out of the big spools of all the odd colors. That would be great. I'm just showing you a random assortment of things that have come in recently and not even everything that's come in recently because seriously, we're almost at 20 minutes in. We can go over a little because I'm at the shop and I don't have to prep much. So if we go over the half hour, that's fine. Because I usually try to stick it to half an hour. I think we might go longer. So I do have the paper pieces for the English paper piecing, EPP, which is all handwork if you're not familiar. These are the 1 inch. They measure them by 1 inches across the cut side, not across here. So I have multiple sizes of these. I do have access to stock more shapes. I've just got the hexy ones to start with. So if you're interested in these, they even have big, huge bulk packages. You can even get the plastic acrylic templates for that. One of the random silly things I got in just because, bag of buttons. I know I don't stock like the fancy buttons or everything or anything, but you sometimes just need a few buttons for something. I got you with a bag of buttons. They're a little dark, but there are some cute ones in there and some bright ones. There's no white one. Well, oh, there is a oyster one. Okay. I'm distracted by the buttons. So I did a quilt show in August down in Cambridge Narrows with the, I think it's the Akerley Quilt Guild. It was for the Life of the Lakes. I promoted the heck out of it for them. This is the pattern I got in for one of the winning quilts. This quilt show isn't judged, so the winners were chosen by the audience members. And I did a post afterwards about the crowd favorite quilt that they had there from all the bed size ones was the Elizabeth Hartman pattern with the awesome ocean. So I do have that pattern, and I have some fabrics that would work really nice in it. So that one won in the bed quilt size, and they had a winner for the wall quilts, and that was this one, the Beach Bums. Look at that. How cute is that? It just takes a lot of scraps, honestly. So it's a fair size. It's 33 by 43 inches. So I do have that pattern. I do have a couple copies. So I got that. Some of these newer things we haven't gotten to showing on the website yet, but we're on it. Our little team of elves. I have more of the Karen K. Buckley applique templates. I have the leaves. I have the circles. I have the leaves in a couple sizes, the circles in a couple sizes. Now I have the stems. These stem templates are actually pretty cool. I love how she's color coded them. I opened the box and I saw it. I'm like, did I accidentally order quilling paper? Oh, it's plastic templates for stems. So that's pretty cool. This kind of cool thing. This is for storing your sewing machine needles. You're supposed to swap out your needles for different threads and projects. So maybe you've only used a needle for maybe one project. It's not dull yet. You don't have to throw it out, but you do have to keep it somewhere, but keep it separate from your brand spanking new needles because you already used it. So this is a good place to put those needles if you're really into your needles and you want to at least attempt to stay organized. The other thing is I got in, I know, this is the Aurifil 28. I'm pretty sure it's 28. 12. Maybe it's 12. I need to start knowing this. Yeah, it's 12. It's the 12 weight thread. It's a lot thicker. So the smaller the number in thread weight, the thicker the thread. And why did I get thread this thick? I got them to go with these needles. They are Sashiko needles, Sashiko thread. Sashiko is hot, so I do have this in stock. The spools of thread are 8, the needles are 10, so it's very inexpensive to get started if you would like that. If you haven't seen anything Sashiko or aren't familiar with it, don't worry, I'll tell you more about it at a later date, or you can just like Google it. It's pretty cool. If you think of it as big stitch quilting in pattern, in a nice pattern on a dark background. Traditionally, it's a Japanese technique, and it's very regulated and calming. And you do these traditional patterns in these nice even stitches on dark navy fabric. It's fantastic. It's so gorgeous. And I also have, Aurifil has come out with a few new things now that we're onto the Aurifil stuff. I'm working my way up to getting a big thread rack of Aurifil. So it's coming. It's getting closer to coming. So they have Aurifil has a new thread chart. It's just digitally printed, so it's close enough. It's not the actual pieces of thread on here. But if you buy some Aurifil from me, I will give you one of these as my gift to you. Look, I even put a sticker on the back so you know where you got it from. And so you know where you can get more Aurifil thread. And they also have this nice booklet explaining thread to you. So you can read all about the different types of thread. Look, it's the 12 weight at the front. So if you're like a thread nerd or you want to just take a deep dive, and I was at a guild meeting last night and somebody said, I took a deep dive into this. You know what I'm talking about. And, the audience was like, oh, heck yeah, you're with your people. This is our standard 50 weight because the Aurifil, if you're not familiar, the color of the spool, not the thread, but the color of the spool helps you determine what weight the thread is. See? This little booklet explains it all, and I will give you one again with a purchase. Aurifil also came out with this really cool thing called Thread Labs. It's a subscription box, and I'm selling it so you can in store, so you didn't have to subscribe and have it mailed to you or anything. And you can just float in and out. I want this box and that box or whatever. So you get this. This was the lifting up to me. This was the first box. This was July's, and there's lots of things you can read about it on their website. There's lots of like introductory things, and they have a ton of digital content, a secret password protected area that you get a new password for every month with your box, and with exclusive products. So if you really, really wanted to explore Aurifil more and you really love it, these Thread Lab boxes, one of these has a Tula Pink exclusive in it, and I think it's only exclusive in the box. These are $125 a piece, but I'm telling you, if you love it, you love it, love it, love it. If you love Aurifil thread, you will love these. And I can give you a little preview of what's in the box before you decide to actually get one. I do have a couple extra. Let's see. Oh, fabric. I got fabric in for me. This is some Andover Collective fabric. I had the scraps out. I just left them here. I'm just showing you delicious, tiny little modern prints and the bright colors. So my mom and I talked about this one because I said, what do you think? And we're like, I don't know. So Christmas is coming, and this is the start. This is the start. This is the time of year where you start thinking about Christmas. My mom's probably got her shopping half done already. So one of the things our family really likes is advent calendars, and not just the chocolate ones that you get at the dollar store, although those are really awesome. We've had different ones in our family, different ones like cheese. My daughter got a cheese one year from Sobeys. Different cheese every day for December. A tea one, tea advent calendars we are really fond of. Things with different toys in them is another good one. But this one is a sewing one, and it's all sewing notions and assorted fun things in here. So this is $80, but it is a very nice present if somebody wants to buy you a present, or if you want to treat yourself for December. I have some here. I did take the plastic off of this one. I can easily get more. So if you would like to pre-order some of these, and I will make sure that you have them before December, give me a holler. I could totally do that for you. It is cute. It does tell you on the back what's in it, and it doesn't prevent you from peeking. It doesn't prevent you from like accidentally opening some of these drawers and maybe seeing what's inside. And like anything, some days are like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then there's those like, ooh, so think about this one and let me know if you would like to pre-order one that I will have, let's say by mid-November. I will keep taking those until the company tells me that they don't have any more. So that's super cool for the advent calendars. And the other fun thing I did, somebody asked me to get in the unscented flatter. If you would like to try the flatter, this is like best press. So it is a start, but Canadian made. So there's that. And the other fun thing, I finally put my order in for the Emmeline bag hardware. And this, of course, if you are familiar with the Necessary Clutch wallet, I have those patterns. There is also, I've got like a big bag of here I haven't even finished unpacking. it is in the system in case you want to like come by and buy them. I just haven't put the price tags on and found space on the shelves. At one point, I ran out of the black hooks. I had to order like a big box with more, and we're running out of them again. So it's great. If you've done the retreat bag, there is a free pattern on the Emmeline Bags website for a retreat bag that needs these bag frames. I have the bag frames. I have all kinds of new hardware with zipper pulls. These are the bulk bags of zipper pulls, and I did get some fancy ones. I know some of you like to make bags and things for craft sales, Christmas markets, so I can help you out with that. But I also got some, yeah, there we go. Rainbow ones, rainbow metallic hearts and stars, zipper pulls. Super excited. I am considering cracking these open and selling them individually. So there's that. I've got more of them too. I've got more patterns. I ordered a couple other Emmeline bag patterns, like this one with the hardware kits. And I got in a metric butt ton, an entire box full of zippers by the yard. So there's like 3 yards. It's a 3-yard package of zippers, and you know, one color for the fabric zipper and another color for the coil. So if you didn't want navy with the rainbow, you could get navy with gold or silver or rose gold or copper. So yeah, there's some really attractive metallic zippers in here that, I mean, we're just getting started with the Emmeline bag stuff. So if you are heavily into bag making and looking for some, like, look at this. This is the bag of zipper pulls. So yeah, that's fantastic. Where's my, see, it's like a dizzying array. I can't even keep track of where I'm going, let alone the comments that are going on. I'm sure you're excited. I will say the response has been a little overwhelming to the shop in the new location. Lots of new people are finding out about the shop. They're like, I didn't know we had a quilt shop in Fredericton. Okay. Glad to have you. You're here now. And I say, well, I've been at this location for 2 months. Okay. I was in my house down the road. Now I'm here. And then, oh, okay. Gotcha. Highly visible. Great. So all this stuff is just flying out the door. Because people are finding there's a new fabric store in town, newish to them. And the response, like I said, has been overwhelming. So I am a little slow to get some stuff back in stock because it's a lot. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Going down my list. So if you do have an item that you're looking for and you want to check with me first, rather than going to Amazon or something, there is a lot more I have access to now, and orders are going in to my suppliers more frequently because that was my point. Because I'm running out so much, I have to restock more often. So there are regular orders that I'm placing that are coming back within a relatively short time, like a couple weeks. And it looks like I should be ordering at least the notions on a monthly basis. So you're all caught up on that. And if you do request an item and you do it in person in the shop, make sure you watch me write it down. I really need to write these things down because there's a lot. And if I don't write it down, it just gets lost. So it is better if I get either an email or a message, and then that way I have a record that I can refer back to, like, oh, right, I was going to do this. So that helps me help you. That's all. So anyway, so that's all exciting. We are all back to our quilt guilds, back to our workshops. If you are looking for beginner or even intermediate quilting classes, I am planning on doing those in the new year, like January-ish, February. I know it's the winter. I can't start everything at once as much as I would like to, but I do plan on running not just a beginner course, which won't be a sampler quilt. I know some of them, when they run the beginner quilter, they throw everything at you, but this is just a beginner quilt. It's easy. You just get the one project, the one block. It's easier to handle. And then when I do the intermediate, there's a few different techniques. And the way I will run it is you won't have to take the entire course over a few weeks. you can just do the weeks that are applicable to you. Because I know there will be things like on point and curves, and maybe there's one technique you've already done. You don't want to take that week because you're like, yeah, I got that part all covered, but I do want to do this part. You'll be able to do that in the new year. And we'll have another block of the month running in the new year, possibly two, because I'm insane. But they will be ones we've run before because that's just easier. I think I've run to the end of my list, and I've definitely run over time. And it looks like I forgot to actually plug in my laptop, so the battery is like draining really fast. But yeah, I covered all of that. So far. If you are watching from away, this is the other fun thing about the summer. People have been coming in who are from not even in New Brunswick. They follow me online. They get my newsletter. They've been watching my videos. Hi, from all across the country, which boggles my mind. Like I tell my mom, it's like people come in the store, they don't even know me, and they're buying my stuff. This is amazing. And then you get the people coming in. Some lady came in yesterday and she was like, yeah, I'm from Ontario and I'm here visiting family, but I already follow you online. Awesome. That's great. And she's like, I'm so happy you got the store. They know all the backstory. And I was like, awesome. This is great. I'm like, and you know me and you still came in. Awesome. So I've impressed you all somehow, weirdly. New t-shirts. There are new t-shirts. This is, I did this and I didn't realize how many people really loved it. Seeing what t-shirt I'm wearing for the day. I did buy some new shirts over the summer. You'll be all of them are quilting, but they are all funny. Today, I wore my black is my happy color, and it is Wednesday, and this is Wednesday Addams. Channeling my inner Wednesday Addams today. And I think that's it. So we have some exciting things coming. I'm a bit nervous to announce some things until, shipments are on the way, but I prefer that to happen before, we're going to do this. And then things happen because some things have been later than I've intended or expected. And it just is a little nail biting, but that's just me. Anxiety is super fun. So yeah, I'm all caught up. How was your summer? Did you have a vacation? Because a vacation sounds like a really nice time about now, but we're in it up to our eyeballs now. And honestly, this is still super fun. It's amazing. I love seeing all the quilts and projects that you've been making. We love helping you pick out your fabrics because I kind of get the satisfaction of sort of exploring an idea in fabric and then somebody else makes it and brings it back and shows me how it turned out. So I'm loving it. I am loving it. Ask me how I will feel about this in February when I have to drive through the snow and then get here and shovel the door out. I might feel different, but until then, we are having fun. We're learning all about the businessy side of running an actual business in a storefront. It's still interesting, and I'm going to start wrapping it up. Hi, Krista. Krista just got here. You're going to have to go back to the start and catch up, Krista. I'll see you later. I love you. So yeah, I'm wrapping it up. I got to go because I'm running out of words too. And I probably need more tea. There's a kettle in the back room. Thank God. And if you do get in the car with a bunch of friends and drive here, I have a bathroom. It's clean. It's clean and the toilet flushes. What more can you ask for? So yeah, I guess I will see you later. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support because honestly, without you, we just never would have gotten this far. It's because of you that I'm doing this because the response has been overwhelming. Like I said, you guys wanted it. I'm giving it to you. Win-win situation. So I guess I'll see you when you get here. Alrighty. Mom, I will email you later. Okay. Bye. Bye. Love ya. See ya. Look at our fancy graphics. Woohoo. Thanks for watching. I have to remember how to end my live stream.